Trying to move the program right along here on VRCDJLIVE, of course. We are live here at VKet, Winter 2024. Man, oh man, is it really fun time. Let me make sure this works. Oh, it works. That's good. Hallelujah. We love that. And of course, while we're here, we got a lot of special guests. And I know one of the things that I had been kind of trying to get a better understanding this week has just been absolutely ridiculous with things to do, whether it's streaming or events or VKet stuff happening. And even between the two of us, we've had a lot going on this week. So finding the time to kind of just get people together to kind of chit chat a little bit is very unique, especially nowadays. But I wanted to actually also bring a lot of light to our collab streamers, because I know our next guest here, we actually got to sit in a couple of weeks ago and kind of get to know each other a little bit and what the collab streamers are up to. But not only that, but you also have a very fantastic trait that I kind of want to talk a little bit about as well. Also kind of concerning your booth as well. But please welcome to the VRC DJ Live stage, Ratanak, who's a collab streamer for the VKet. Yay! Oh my gosh, crazy.
Yeah.
Great to have you. You're saying thanks for waking up at 7 a.m. to come talk to us.
Yeah, I was planning like hop on like 30 minutes earlier, but I overslept.
It's interesting too, because again, like even before we even started the show, I had about 20 minutes to go to Taco Bell. We have new chicken nuggets at Taco Bell, so everyone's been talking about them, and I was like, oh man, I really want some dinner, but I got to get this program started. But it's also really hard to explain too, because while we only have a couple more days of VKet, there's still a ton of DJ events, and there's other events happening during the weekend here, even for closing ceremonies and stuff. But so a lot of people are a little behind as far as the event stuff. How has the past couple of weeks been for you for VKet?
It's been alright. I like hold off from like actually going to the VKet world, because I want to like do it on my own stream, and then I realized Parallel was pretty laggy, so I can't really do that much. So I like joined like the World Hub that they do sometime, and like just offline exploring with the world. I think the best one is actually the circus one that I went through.
Is it a matter of just like there's too many people, or based off of like very poor avatars, or how does that usually affect you?
Probably the world, actually, because I was like lagging really hard in the parallel world.
Mm-hmm. But
yeah,
it's been really fun to see how engaged you are as far as a collab streamer. But before we even get into all of that, why don't you tell everybody that's watching right now the different things that you do on stream, and what you also just celebrated a really big milestone, but you're streaming too. So talk a little bit about that.
That was not a milestone. That was my birthday.
Well, you can't not say that's not a big milestone. Do you do anything special for your birthday on stream, or is was it just kind of a, oh, it was my birthday?
Yes, I'm gonna be doing like a 12-hour subathon, like in an hour and a half.
Oh, dang. Okay. Now, is that going to be all VR chat stuff, or are you going to be doing some more VKet run around?
It's just more on my desktop. I have like a dual PC setup, so I can't really like just set up like the VR stuff for the stream.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that the subathon, I don't really have much plan for it. I just like have it like for 12 hours and like the sub goal and everything. Yeah, sorry, I'm not much of a talker, honestly.
No, it's okay. I mean, I'll definitely guide you to getting some answers and stuff like that. So it's part of my job to do. But have you ever done anything like
interrogate me?
You said you said this is a 12-hour, or is this a 24-hour subathon?
12-hour. I tried 24 hours. It was bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you ever done any sort of a 12-hour before?
Yeah, I did 12-hour once, where I didn't actually like rest or anything. I just like kept going.
Mm-hmm.
The trick of like actually like keeping up while doing a 12 hours, actually having a schedule going on, like what you should do, so you have mind is active, so you don't have to like wing everything, and then you get tired like halfway through.
I was gonna ask you about that, because
that in like the previous 24 hour.
I know occasionally I've done that before where I'll either have a 12-hour subathon or a 24-hour one stream, but at the same time, you always sit and kind of try to think about like the food that you need to have or how many bathroom breaks you're going to take or how to fight, get some caffeine in your body or be able to weigh in on that. But what are some of the tips and tricks that you use to get prepared for a 12-hour stream?
I don't know. I kind of just go on with that. I already like build a schedule and like, yep, this is what I need to do. So I like just do that. My mind's like stay active because I'm like thinking of what I should do next in the schedule. A lot of scheduling stuff. If you have a schedule going on, then you are pretty much active the whole time.
Well, I meant my like snacks. Like, do you obviously you take time away to eat some meals and stuff, but like, what do you usually use to, drink when you're streaming, or what is your go-to snack for streaming?
I have a Mega Monster right now sitting on my table.
There you go. But you only need one of those throughout the 12
and
hours?
I have a 710 milliliter.
That's perfect. Especially too because again, while people may not think too much about that, it's kind of important to get a better understanding of what you do need. I know a lot of people when they come into VR chat, they don't drink water, they don't hydrate. And it's after 5 hours, you're just like, why am I tired? Why am I blanking out? Why am I, why do I want to go to bed? But at the real realization is you got to be hydrated. Again, you're a collab streamer for VKet this year. How did that whole process go? Who did you reach out to and how's it been going?
There's a sign up for it. I just put my thing in, they accept me, and here we are. It's kind of like the same process like I did like previous weekend. I kind of just sign in and then they pick me. They haven't not picked me for consistently now, so like every weekend I have been like collab streamer, but having to be like a exhibitor on the other hand, that's rare. Especially when I have like my own booth. Previous weekend I had like a video and group submission. I used the group one for the Chiba Saibasu, which is a friend group that my friend Akane Chiba owns. We do like drinking like games every like weekend, and the video was like for me, the transformation pose. We also have like a booth as well on previous weekend, which is the Chiba Saibasu group. It's like our first booth as well, so we kind of just like put our PNG and like the description of us and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it.
So compared to last year, do you find that it's overwhelming based on how many worlds and how many events that are going on this year compared to last year?
No, actually, that mean that weekend there's more thing to do on weekend, honestly, because I feel like previous weekend there's like less work, so it kind of like just went by too fast, and there's one that's world that I didn't know back then until now that they like show up like the community event and all that stuff. I didn't really participate in much. I kind of like just explore the world and that's it. But now I kind of like getting myself more involved in weekend.
If you're getting a lot of responses from your booth, tell us a little bit about what's going on at your booth.
So the booth is pretty much just a collaboration with me and Torcell. We have like two other friends. Excellent. She pretty much made the entire booth because I have no idea how to use Unity and Blender. So she built the booth, and my friend Wolfie drew the little art on the side panel on that thing. Mm-hmm. It's pretty much just to advertise like what we do as a VTuber. And considering that both of us are Tokusatsu team, kind of like marshmallow together.
Yeah, it was neat to be able to
on the booth. But on the booth itself, I like use this model instead of like my Tokusatsu suit model because it's like there's a rip in the pants when I like posing it.
It's funny enough that like it's something that I never got to experience quite yet, especially being in here since 2018. We've always had the avatar testing world previously, and it was just like, that's good because it has a mirror and you could do the shading and stuff like that. But there is a brand new avatar testing world where not only is there a model in the middle of the world that you can kind of alter and see every angle, but that's kind of really helpful for a lot of VR chat people when they are making models, so that way they can experiment, like, okay, how much squish do you need before you start seeing more body parts or a rip in the pants or something. And wouldn't you believe it, you know, I thought that I had every angle taken care of until I went and crouched down and I was like, oh, rip in the back of the pants, great, now I have to go back in and try to weight paint and stuff like that. So it's interesting how the technology nowadays is starting to kind of focus in a little bit about that, especially when with the types of models that you. I would assume you created all these, right? The rider outfits and everything.
No, I commissioned all of them.
Okay.
I know nothing about London Unity, so I like commission like people to make these. A cool thing about fun fact about this model is that the creator for this is the same person who made the Kuta base, if you're familiar with Booth models.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one. I'm actually starting to get what was it? I'm getting accustomed to like the top 7 base models that you would probably get off of Booth. But
yeah, not the female one though. That one is like the male one, like the short one. But yeah, they made that base, the Kuta base, if you guys are familiar with Booth.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. What is your I would assume that you're very interested in a lot of the avatar sort of stuff of VKet. What is your take on a lot of the different cool, what are some of your favorite things that you got to explore with avatars of VKet, especially this year?
Whoa.
Yeah, like some of the design of like the new, I like the design of the new avatar these days. Because the booth that they have, the booth that they have with the model, like the definitely I like how the art style like changed recently, like from like over time. The back then like VR chat basis pretty much just the TDA, which I kind of like throw me off, and then I start seeing like more original model base. And that's why I like actually like the model over there, like across our booth over there.
Oh, the one with the kind of like the octopus arms, tentacles kind of a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of neat.
Pretty much that one. Mm-hmm.
Seeing that your avatar does a lot of changing, do you see that becoming a popular thing in the future? Like doing the transitions
no,
between...
There's like, now there's like more... there's like avatar base that does that, but this one is more like a transformation hero kind of thing. You guys ever watch Power Ranger or Kamen Rider? That's pretty much what it is for my model, because the whole stick of my VTuber is pretty much I am a tokusatsu hero kind of thing, or like a what they call a local hero. That's pretty much like a local. It's pretty much like the mascot for like Japanese prefecture, but for a tokusatsu hero instead.
Yeah, I mean, we would love to see it if you want to go ahead and showcase it. I know you have the whole transition thing.
Yep. Hold on. Let me see. Let me move over here. Whoops. That's my hat. Oh wait. Wrong.
Throw of a hat.
What? Okay. Hold on. There's some bug there. Right guy.
That's so cool.
Southeast Warrior. Hanuman.
That's so unique. And now you're like a superhero now.
Yep.
Well,
It's
welcome
like
to.
take up like the tokusatsu hero that I wanted to do because I never seen anyone try besides like that one stupid movie from Thailand that pretty much is unlicensed. This is pretty much what they call the Hanuman, which is like a character from like Buddhist folklore. I'm not sure much about it, but I like the design. Yeah, I I am Cambodian, but I don't know much about like my folklore and all that stuff because I was a kid that didn't pay much attention in class.
I promise that if you do start to learn more about the folklore, there will always be someone on the internet that is willing to test your folklore. Uh,
Yeah,
there will always
which
be
is why I'm
someone
not
else.
going to be in bother.
Yeah, that's perfectly okay. I love the fact that it's like semi-fish, kind of looks like a fish on the head.
It's more like a monkey.
A monkey, okay. I'm probably
Yeah, the
not seeing it
Hanuman
from
is
the front.
a monkey.
Oh, okay. Neato. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you turn into a superhero. I'm like, superhero, welcome to the show. Finally have you. It's nice to. I don't know where Ratanak went, but there you're here now. So. it's it's like talking to a Power
Yeah.
Ranger. It's like, okay, so what do we talk about with the Power Ranger? But have you cultivated a community of people that enjoy this sort of stuff too? Do you know of too many? Do you know
There's
of any groups?
actually a community of like yeah, there's actually is a community of a local hero kind of thing like in within VRChat as well. There's like the local hero community black box, which I seen do like community event in VKet before like last VKet, and then there's the VR Heal, which is the local villain community, which England talk about it as well. They have their own like ride that goes into their bases, something like that, in their own world. That they made like a whole like dark ride in it. Uh, they had like a few booths in the circus world as well, and some poster in Sky Park that
That's
I
so
saw.
neat. It's very interesting,
Yeah,
not only just to come to VCat and be able to explore with different cultures and people from different countries and just be able to enjoy all the VR stuff, but it is so fascinating to see that we all have our own kind of fixation on different hobbies, hobbies and groups and things that we enjoy, but there's always going to be a whole community of people that will enjoy that, and you can just showcase it and have love for it and continue to feed onto it and continue to promote about it too. What have been some of
yeah.
the
Mostly the community was it? Mostly the community that these kind of stuff is at is mainly in Japan. It's mainly Japanese community, so it's kind of hard like actually like join in on it because well, I can't really speak Japanese and all that stuff. To be fair, WeCat is like mainly a Japanese thing as well, and like slowly branching out to global stuff as well.
So how do you find do you find that a lot of Japanese speakers and Japanese influencers come on in and they see what you do and kind of geek out a little bit?
Not much though, because mostly my stuff is like aimed toward like international stuff. I don't really handle much through the Japanese side of things because I don't know how.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Uh, this kind of thing is like only like slowly like an interest that I got into like only like last year anyway. I've been like VTuber and all that stuff for like 4 years, almost 5 years now. But the tokusatsu stuff is pretty much uh just something I like finally got interest into because I've been like seeing those stuff since I was a kid, but I wasn't really sure what it was called or something like that until like I bought like a figure of it when I was like going to Malaysia and like, oh, that's what it is, and like it just went down from there.
How does it
So I like having one figure like to like a shelf there on my room.
and now you have an entire shelf full of them, right?
Yeah.
It's like the same thing with like Hatsune Miku. Like I can't get enough of Hatsune Miku. I love her so much. But I don't think I'll ever get to meet her though, unfortunately. And I don't know. We'll see one of these days. How does it?
Well, you'll get to meet her soon in the hit video game Fortnite.
I can't wait for that. You already know I'm telling people about that, and I'm just like, "Hey, you gonna play Hatsune Miku with me?" And they're just like, dead-eyed.
You will now soon be able to put Skibidi toilet on Hatsune Miku.
Like, don't even remind me. I keep forgetting about the skibbity toilet thing. Like, I can't believe you already know I'm gonna try to be doing that, but for real though, like, how has things been as a VTuber as of late? Because obviously there's been a lot of different VTubers. The VTuber Awards kind of a thing happened. I would assume you watched a little bit of that.
I watched the whole thing with like my friend Mary about it. I like personally didn't really care much about like the bigger scene of the VTuber. Like, good for them, they're doing a good job. I just not the thing that I'm like really interested into. Again, I'm like more focused on like the smaller indie side, which is like around the range where I am. Like, I am a VTuber that like collaborate with a lot of other VTuber, mainly in like the game that I'm interested in. You guys ever know Team Fortress 2? That's what I usually do. I like invite VTuber to play that game with me. I had like a list of all the VTuber that I collaborate in tier 2. Actually, it's going like nearly 300 people now. Like, that's like for the past 4 years now, I've been doing exactly that. I've been like just like mainly the reason why I even do VTubing anyway is like to improve like my speaking stuff, because I was like a kid that like have like a not a really good childhood because I like bully a lot, so like I like shut myself in and like don't really talk much and spend most of his time online unrestricted on Google Plus. Yeah. It's only like around I think like 2020, like I got followed by a random Japanese VTuber, and like I look at them like, maybe I could be able to do that. And then Redoid is a program, and I use that and make my own avatar, and then let's like start streaming on a whim. And it went from there. And another reason was that there's not much of a VTuber scene as well in Cambodia itself. It only like started popping up recently, like a few months ago, with like 2 new VTuber groups that's also in the country as well.
So do you know to a lot of people from Cambodia about what you do, about your streaming or even VTubing?
I tried to like pander toward the Cambodian, but I just don't like the way I do stuff is like not really much well with the general like my audience, because I don't really play the game that most people play. And particle I don't really know much about my Cambodian lore, but I because I don't really pay my attention in class, and I was like shut.
Oh. Went backwards. The superpower of going backwards.
I hit the stick.
It was like, nope.
Anyway, what was I? Yeah, I don't really. But
we were talking about reaching out to other people from Cambodia.
Yeah, I don't just. I don't really like know much about like my own history of my own country, because even though I live in it, mainly because I was like bullied much as a kid at school, that I like kind of like lost all motivation of learning, and I kind of like just slept through all of it until I like graduated. I didn't even care if I failed or anything. I just like wanted out of that just because. Yeah.
Well, I would hate to.
I'm like slowly like trying to like learn what I know now about my own country. That's it.
Well, I don't want it to seem like such a negative thing, but you definitely have a lot of Rizz. You have a lot of charisma. And I think you know, despite the fact that you
Yeah, I
say
know
that
that's that.
you don't like talking very often, you're having troubles with your talking and understanding that sort of stuff. I think you're very passionate, and I think you enjoy doing the things that you do, and it really resonates. And it's a real pleasure to continue to see the things that you have coming up and the interests that you have. And I think it's it's a very fun process how VKet runs, because we do get to kind of come together. And even when we did have our collab stream meetup, you saw how quickly it was that
Yeah.
everyone loved Sonic the Hedgehog. You know, like it was so bizarre how everyone's just like, I love Sonic.
Sonic and the Hedgehog and like
Fantasy Star Online, yeah.
Online for some reason.
Like that blew my mind because of, you know, I was like, I'm not alone. I love Sonic too. Like, I need to go see the Sonic movie, and I know you're gonna see it. Oh my gosh! So all that was kind of happening, but again, it's super and it's super interesting to know about the VTubing thing as well, just because for someone who's been in VR chat for such a long time, this is kind of all I've ever known. And one of the things that I think a lot of streamers have to start thinking a lot about is interacting with VTubers and having VTubers come into the VR chat space to kind of, this is our home, this is their home, and vice versa too. You know, like we may never have, you know, either like a 2D, be a PNGer or a 2D model or a 3D model and just be a VTuber, but we have the tools to potentially do something like that in virtual space. Why not collaborate with them? Why not get to know about the stuff that they got going on?
Yeah.
You know, like I think that's all kind of important. As far as the VTuber community and some of the people in VR chat, who do you see that you interact with the most here? Do you interact with more Americans? You got Canadians? You got Japanese?
Unfortunately, a lot more American and Filipinos for some reason.
I know I have a Filipino friend that likes to shake their hips. Yeah. What's that?
There's like a lot of like Filipino VTuber that I met over the years. I like collaborate with so many of them that some people thought I was actually Filipino, which is funny. But I actually want that joke to stop because well, being the only person, anyway, being like the only Cambodian VTuber in the country and having you mistaken for a Filipino is not bad. It's not a good look for you.
It is cool to see all these people in here. Yep.
Was it the American? Yeah. For the American side, I kind of just like talk to them because, well, given the fact I had unrestricted access to the internet when I was like 14 or something, I like have knowledge of like a lot of stuff that like resonate well with like people from the US and stuff. Unfortunately, time zone suck because as you can see here, it is 8 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah. And do you ever find that to be a real issue lately, though? I mean, I would assume that you do everything you can to hang out with your American friends,
Not really.
but no? Okay.
Not really, because I've been like because I've been waking up more early for all that. Because I had like a gym to go to like every morning as well.
Hey, that's good.
After like yeah, after like my surgery, that's like a wake up call for me to like start doing all that stuff as well.
I mean, that's super important, especially nowadays. Do you find, okay, let me ask you this, because I don't know if I actually know about this, but I know in America, whenever the new year starts, you get a lot of people just flocking to the gym because they want to get back into their dietary restrictions and stuff. Do you find that happen a lot with you as well? Do you find like a lot of people flocking to the gym at like the beginning of the year?
I don't know because I haven't like went to the gym during the new year yet.
Well, but have you kind of seen that recently though? I mean, or did you just start your exercising journey now?
Not really. Not really. I don't know. I only like started like a few months ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's kind of one of the big, and we always kind of talk a lot about it too here in America, just because of like we have the New Year resolution or New Year's resolutions. There could be plural, and a lot of takeaway from that is, oh, I'm gonna eat healthier. Oh, I'm gonna start lifting. Oh, I'm gonna start running marathons. Oh, I'm gonna do this. And then there are no machines left, and then all the people that come to the gym are always on like the treadmill, and they're like they're always on the treadmill. And I'm like, you could just be outside walking, right? Like you could probably do that. Like lifting is one thing.
Yeah, but that had the potentially of getting robbed.
That is true. That that is definitely something to think about. But I would only assume, like half jokingly, like as an incentive to run faster or get better at running faster, or I don't know. That would be pretty funny though. Out of all the VKet that we had going on here for the past couple of weeks, what has been your favorite map so far?
I think like the best one so far is Space Orchestra Cosmos, because my booth is in there. I'm just saying, the Circus World.
The Circus World. Okay.
The Circus World. Yeah, that one in French. I don't know how to pronounce that, but yeah, that
personage or something like that.
Something, I don't know. But yeah, the whole like aesthetic for it, and like the little performance that you see before like you switch to like the next section of the world, it's like really cool.
Have you been to the? Oh, okay.
Yeah. The other one I like is the story time one, because you can see kids getting getting like
the Christmas one.
Doing that. Yeah, the Christmas one.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that, because that was
Chocolate Factory one.
That was the first map that I went to, and the first couple of scenes as we transitioned to each area, I was like, did that kid explode? Did they turn that kid into a cake? Are they killing the kids? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, pretty much what that was going on. I just find that really funny. Oh God, that's dead. Oh God.
Meanwhile, they're all just waiting, being like, no, don't do it. And then like, oh, well, I guess Bobby left. Oh, Bobby got squashed. And like, I don't know. It's charming, but at the same time, you're just like, I mean, as a kid, I think that'd be kind of oddly terrifying to be like, man, what would it be fun to be turned into a cake? And then you get turned into a cake, and it's just like, well,
they're trying to like pull off like the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory kind of thing.
I liked how they all survived at the end. No spoilers, but spoilers. Like, obviously, we're not here about talking about kids dying, but
we have 2 weeks. We have 2 days before VKet anyway. So spoiler everywhere.
Yeah, obviously you want to come into VR and be able to experience all of that. But what are obviously we have a couple more days left. Is there anything else that you need to see for VKet or get to explore? Did you see everything?
I seen everything besides like the VKet cloud, which is just something I can like just look at my computer anyway, because that's open like year round anyway.
Mm-hmm. What was your takeaway from Music VKet?
Yeah,
Did you end up stopping there too?
Yeah, I went there with aspects like community event as well. Yeah, I'd like to see a lot of them. Apparently, Camilla like who did like Project Eclipse also had a booth there as well.
Yeah, Music VKet's always very interesting, and we were kind of opening the stream a little bit about that, just because I think this was one of the first years that I've been able to see it, how not only did they get to feature like pop artists and EDM and rock and stuff, but there was a lot of stuff for like ASMR or background music stuff, or even like sound effect stuff, like
and podcasts.
Yeah, podcasts were kind of a really big thing too. And while a lot of people will be like, well, that's not music, but at the same time, it definitely involves our community and being able to showcase those types of things and enjoy those types of things. Was there anything besides some of the other booths that you saw at Music VKet that kind of interest you or took you by surprise?
Majority of like rock and other stuff was like something I'm not really interested in. I like more of I guess EDM and drum and bass kind of guy. I like other music as well, but like it's very.
I feel like you'd be into chiptune. Do you like listening to chiptune?
Yeah, I usually like listen to like a lot of chiptune. Not anymore though. Like and just listening to like jungle and all that stuff.
There you go. Awesome. Well, before we get you on out of here, what are some of the things that we're going to be expecting from your 12-hour stream today, or is it just something you just gonna be like, let's start it and figure out where we're going?
Wait. At the top, we're just gonna read the new Tier 2 comic because it actually finally came out for after like I don't know 5 or 6 years now. And then we're gonna actually play Tier 2, and then after that, I'm gonna go eat lunch, and then after that, we're gonna play Buckshot Roulette, and then after that, we're gonna play Tekken 8 or Fortnite if there's no one showing up, and then after that, we're gonna eat dinner, and then after that, we're gonna play Gmod TTT, and then after that, more Tier 2, and then we end it off there.
That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
like the whole 12 out there.
Yeah, that sounds like a real fun time. So before you got out of here, you want to tell everybody where they can find you in this 12-hour stream?
You guys can find me on twitch.tv slash Ratanak44. Wait, did I name it right? Ratanak45. Or on YouTube as well, because on top of that, I made like stream highlight like every single week. Not this week though, because there's no schedule. Every single week on my YouTube, and then I also have like a Twitter and a Facebook page as well, if you guys use Facebook.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how's the Facebook thing going on? I know you said you had a stream about that recently. Did it work out pretty well?
I tried multi-streaming on Facebook. It lagged really bad, so not a good idea. I'm not gonna do that on I'm not gonna do that doing VR stream. I'm just gonna do that on desktop stream instead.
Perfect. That makes a lot of sense. I know a lot for me, Facebook here in America is mostly for like family and friends and immediate family. Like my mom and dad are watching stuff on Facebook, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Wait until you see the Southeast Asian part of like Facebook.
I kind of want to, but I would be curious. Curiosity killed the cat. So I mean, that's kind of how that works. But
it's pretty racist.
Oh, jeez, my gosh. But that's all in good fun, I suppose. Unless it gets really bad, then you have to kind of ban people. Ratanak, thank you so much for coming by to the show, and good luck and happy birthday.
Thank you. Wow.
Whoa, my gosh. Just kind of flip over there. And this is VRCDJ Live here, live at VKet. Of course, we got a couple more guests on our way, and what we're going to do is just take a quick break, and then we'll get right back to you guys, and we're actually going to be joined by Skull's Nightshade in just a few moments. So stick around, and go get your water. Get prepared.
Yeah.